Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Civilization V. And I know it's been a little while since we've done any type of recording for this Let's Play. My life has been relatively insane for the last month and a half, but I feel a return to normalcy is upon us. But I don't really want to talk about it. I want to keep the details of my personal life, at least in that regard, separate from these videos. So that's all I'm going to say. Besides the fact that I'm actually feeling really good. I'm feeling really fantastic right now, and I can't wait to sit down and do some recordings. So, oops, wrong button. Anyway, with that being said, I just want to notify that the Dutch army, or at least a contingent of it, most of it is still returning from our conquest of Attila in South America. They're still trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean to come back to, where the majority of the Dutch Empire is stationed. And I've decided it's time to unleash the Dutch hordes onto the greater, the other great civilizations in the world. It's time for them to finally leave Africa and begin the invasion of mainland Asia and Europe. Our first is to take out this city-state in what's modern-day Israel. So, our Dutch hordes will wipe across and commence a great slaughter of the the Kathmandu people, and their mediocre civilization. Oh, alright, well, we've destroyed their first units. Whoa, oh yeah, that's right. The Dutch expeditionary force, which I sent to invade, and by invade I mean colonize, Australia, is dealing with some barbarians here. Which is kind of a slaughter. So what else do we got here? Just build some various production buildings. Hey, alright. What do you want? Let's best for large sprawling empires. I think we should go with that, because we are about to really create a large, sprawling empire. So yeah, I'm very, very close to graduating, on the cusp of graduation, and I am, a little bit anxious about it, a little bit, worried about what the future is gonna hold in terms of, actually entering, first trying to find, the kind of job that I want, and then being able to stick with it and really work full time for extended periods of time for the first time in my life. I mean, I've done, summer jobs for 4 months, but, this is looking for something, some potential work that could last, years and years, and it's a little bit frightening. But I feel like I'm genuinely, smart enough and resourceful enough and, etc. enough type of guy who is going to thrive and is going to do okay. So I'm not super worried, but it's still, it's a new part of my life, and it's a little scary. Yeah, I really don't think there's, well, I guess we can still, no, we can't sail around the north anymore. Wait, we can send men to do landings. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, I've also one of the reasons I haven't been recording a lot is besides sort of graduation stuff is really working hard on our fast approaching month of mods project, which I'm very excited to start unveiling at the beginning of September. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it and learn, uh, about some really cool mods that I didn't know about, and I got lots of great suggestions. And, so yeah, I learned a lot, and by the time it's all done, I hope that you guys will learn a lot too, and be exposed to some really cool things from games that you probably own that you never knew existed before. Well, there's no way. This guy's not going anywhere. Oh no! God no! Not civilizations that are weak and pathetic are denouncing me. Oh, whatever will we do? Man, it seems that the Dutch get denounced a lot in this game. I don't know, I think that is probably much different from real life. I don't know how often people denounce the Dutch government in our world. I just assume it's not very often. Oh no! They were expendable. Should probably send this guy back home if I can. To home somewhere down here, I guess. Whoa! Excellent. We can bring forward the Gatling guns finally. I'm guessing these guys can't attack overseas just yet, so I'll have them wait until that ship gets destroyed next turn. Yeah, there's a lot of cool, crazy stuff going on in the world today. Actually, not really. I guess it all depends on your perspective. The one thing that I'm really excited about and following is the Quebec election, because, man, Quebec politics are awesome, because they are like politics on, another planet that exists in another universe, in another reality. Just completely unpredictable. You have no idea what is going to happen. It's great. I love it. But generally speaking, the issue that always kind of haunts the Quebec election is the issue of identity and what role it wants to have in Canada and so on and so forth. Man, I should build a ship and then we'll bombard the city. And the same types of things are playing out in this election. Although actually they're really, they're not forefront, but they're still there, but they're kind of hidden, latent, in the entire process, which I think is a first, and I think is a positive. Man, these guys are putting up a bigger fight than I thought they would. Alright, well, we gotta get reinforcements here. sucks. Alright, Herman Cortez. We need you at the front lines. Can my ironclad... Well, let's just build an ironclad because ironclads are cool. Wow, okay. This is a pretty shitty position for this boat to be in. He's wedged in between two Mayan cities. Can I talk about open borders? Trade. Well, I guess we gotta accept embassy first. You guys suck. Oh well, I wonder if we can just delete him. Goodbye. Poor sea beggar. We hardly knew you. But yeah, it's really interesting to watch, you know, the whole Quebec election play out, especially from you know, an outside perspective. Because I'm 90% sure that Quebecers hate it when you know, non-Quebecers talk about Quebec politics. I'm fairly certain that's the case. So I may or may not get some angry emails from them. We'll have to see. I get angry emails for weird things. I think I said this before. But what are you gonna do? Hey, how can they have two units tiled on one? BS, man. Because they... Wow, okay. Well, that was something. Well, at least now we can start bombarding their... Alright, well, we'll send the riflemen forward against all odds. Certainly send some of these infantry up here to do some amphibious landings. Let's get flight. Maybe that'll help us speed up our conquest of the world. But I was also, because I happen to listen to NPR a lot, and NPR is they got one show. It's called Talk of the Nation, and it's a really great radio show. I like it a lot, mainly because they talk about a lot of different topics that most other media sources don't talk about or don't care about or whatever else. And that makes them like a real joy to listen to in comparison to some other places. But I was really quite surprised. Wow, that's pretty crazy looking fort there. Can one of you guys just kill each other already? Because I'm really tired of watching you take pot shots on one another. Alright, well here comes the Dutch, great infantry. I think we're going to need some cannons. Man, I really wish that I could worm around these Spanish bastards. No, there's no way. Everybody hates me because I've been spending too long killing other people. So it's a tad bit unfortunate. What unit needs orders? Alright, get your ass up here. But anyway, like I was saying, they talk about a lot of really interesting topics a lot of the times. And they actually talked about, a couple of weeks ago, they talked about sexism in gaming, which I was quite surprised by because that's a really odd topic, I think, to be picked up by sort of more mainstream media sources. And I think that, to me, shows that it's really a lot more of a problem than we in the gaming community want to let on. That, you even got NPR talking about sexism in the gaming community. It was just, just made me stop and realize, like, hey, wait a second, this is actually kind of a serious problem. I mean, even, so much so that even NPR has got, is now talking about it. But anyway, it was so awesome, besides the fact to listen to it, because it was so obvious that, the host had no idea what video gaming was. Like, he was like, so tell me about these video games. You can talk to people in them now? It was just unbelievable. And I loved that aspect of the interview. So, these online games, you just can see him stroking his beard. He's like, so they're, and he literally asked it, like, so are they like Pac-Man anymore? And you're just like, oh god. You know what? Sorry, Pac-Man has long since departed this world. Though he still lives on in certain people's hearts. So finally, the Dutch forces who took, Attila's capital away from him are moving in to help us out. Oh god, I hate it when this happens. Fuck. Or I should just not touch anything, and then hopefully it'll figure itself out. All I know is my Great War Infantry has been bombarded by enemy crossbowmen for 7 damage. All right. I just love the image of these Great War Infantry just going around and slaughtering these innocent barbarians. Oh man, this ship can't even cross the sea. What am I still doing with it? Alright, whatever. But they also had, NPR also had another great story on recently that was after a week or so after the terrible shooting in Wisconsin, where a gunman took out or went in there and he shot I think it was like 5 members of temple or the religion, and then he shot and killed a police officer or something. I know at least he injured a police officer. But anyway, they were talking about hate groups, so the neo-Nazi groups, because apparently the guy who went in and shot up this Sikh temple was part of like sort of the white nationalist movement, and he was apparently trying to kill Muslims, and he got Sikhs confused for Muslims, and yeah, so it was of course not the sharpest tool in the drawer or whatever you want to say. But anyway, they were talking about hate groups, and one of the things that they interviewed sort of a guy who used to be part of one of these hate groups. I think it was part of Aryan Nation or something. Like he was like a reformed skinhead or something. Like he used to be part of these groups, and now he was a normal human being, I guess. But anyway, just talking about like the psychology of these types of groups, and it was really interesting. And the one thing that he said, that these groups are really good at getting people who don't belong, outcasts in society. Like they're really good at convincing those types of people to join up, because apparently once you're part of a neo-Nazi group, nobody wants to mess with you anymore. So if you're getting picked on or whatever, and all of a sudden you join a neo-Nazi group, nobody's going to bother you anymore. That's a powerful draw for a lot of people. I don't think we're going to be able to force any more people into here, so I'm just going to have them wait around for now. But another thing he said that really struck me as interesting, and I didn't know, is that the main people these hate groups hate are not actually, minorities and whatever. The main group they hate are other white people who aren't racist. Because, they should be fighting for the cause or whatever, but they don't understand or whatever else. So they're actually like their main enemies in their minds, and I thought that was very, very interesting just to hear that being said, and I guess it kind of makes sense, you know. But I don't know, it was something that I mulled over for a little bit. Watch this, now I'm gonna get hate mail from white supremacists. That'd actually be okay if I did get hate mail from white supremacists. Oh, that would be awesome. So white supremacists, write me, because that would be hilarious. Man, this music's really sad. I guess these guys are out of moves. Man, I really need more artillery. I'm running out, and I'm gonna lose more. Got plenty of infantry and Gatling guns, but I need way more artillery. I'm gonna start producing some once I get the opportunity to next. Oh, fuck. Oh, there it goes. The world's busiest people. I'm number 3.
Aeronautics was neither an industry nor a science.
How's my ironclad doing? Alright, maybe next turn we'll be able to get them. Alright, where's cannons? Sure, build cannons. Although, where's, what can we use to upgrade to? There we go. That's what I want. So then we can turn our guns against the Spaniards. I want to get as many people conquered as fast as I can before they can catch up to that, technology gap. Well, at least I got them to stay away from my cannons. So close yet so far. Next turn though, we got this. Man, these Celts are denouncing everybody. They're making little friends. Like denouncing all the most powerful empires in the game. And I gotta hand it to these guys. They held out for quite some time. But it's probably more to do so with the terrain. Yes! Alright, let's bring forward the infantry and line them up. Let's build, what do we want? What's something good?